Hey Josh, and hello to whoever else watches this. This is the video I told you I'd do to show you some of the stuff that I do for one of my customers, the Drain team. And as I was saying, I like the website. It's simple, it's clean, it's tight. It's got most of the stuff that you would need. It's kind of like the text is definitely a little generic, just normal stuff, nothing fantastic, but it does have a lot of different pages about all the different things that like this is really not a ton of content, and it's probably pretty pretty standard, but yet it is there. And then you've got the title tags, residential roofing, actually, yeah, residential roofing. Let's see, the title tags are roof repair, replace, roof maintenance. It says roof maintenance. Yeah. So the title tags are pretty good. Looks like you're just going for Brandon, which is smart because that is where the address is, and you're not going to rank in Tampa. I looked at his address, and I think it's a residential area, and I thought you said you were on 301, which would put you in Tampa, but and then you would have a chance to rank in Tampa, but not necessarily in Brandon. I don't know if that was strategy, but I think it would be way better to have a residential, or I mean, a commercial address for ranking Google, although you do rank number one in the maps for Brandon Roofer, so that's good. It looks like you're delving into the pay-per-click a little bit. I remember when I first looked at your company, I saw a pay-per-click, I saw an ad, so I figured you were doing it. But then this is SpyFu, which is where you can go to see what competitors are doing. And 225 clicks times $10, that's 2,000, probably $3,000-4,000 a month, maybe in the months that you did try it. And this SpyFu is somewhat reliable, not really, but it definitely comes close most of the time. So I'd be interested to see what you actually did spend. This is what I've done for one of my customers, the Drain team, which are of course plumbers, and they're located in Largo, but they do business all throughout Tampa Bay. And I've been working with them for about 7 or 8 years. There's actually there's my website. There's a with some of the results that I've done for them on my website, so you can check that out if you want to. Um, but anyway, this is what we've come up with, and so much of pay-per-click is about, especially Google Ads, is about just strategy. There's so many different parameters and ways you can do things and people to target that you could set up a campaign in an hour, literally, for most companies. However, to do it really, really well and to make money, it takes sometimes, like this campaign would take, who knows, countless hours to replicate, maybe hundreds, not 100, but maybe close. Definitely could take 2 weeks. So, but this is what we ended up with over time. If you look at, so I have one of the things that are set at a campaign level is geography. So we have a different campaign for each small area of town: Newport Richey, Clearwater, Lutz, Palm Harbor, Dunedin, Largo, and then Temple Terrace. And what I do is I call him, or I text him automatically twice a day to determine which areas of town need work. I guess plumbers are more like on demand, or not, they're more just in time. Roofers can plan things out, so it's not nearly as important to do this. But with a plumber, like if you have Pinellas is full, but then Tampa needs, well, then we'll only run Tampa. So I have them all organized so that you can search by Tampa, TAM or PIN, to only run in certain areas of town that need business. And then of course we have the weekend too, where we have the ads can actually say, weekend plumbing, no extra charge for weekends. Not that the roofers, not that you would work on the weekends, but that's the thing where we just take different things that one company does better and we highlight that online. And they do no extra charge for weekends. And so people see that, and that's our best performing campaigns are all on the weekend, because we basically just own the weekends for Tampa Bay. So if we go into each campaign, these are all the ad groups for each campaign. So water heater replacement, water heater repair, video camera inspection, sewer, septic, repiping. And so it's pretty, it is amazing how many different, so each one of those campaigns has all these. And then if you look at, let's say, for instance, repiping, just because that's a particular one. So repiping, those are the keywords. If you look at the ads and extensions, Clearwater repiping plumbers, free estimate, no trip charge. And then if you look at the extensions, and these make or break a campaign, because the extensions are site links and call extensions with a phone number and location extensions, call out extensions. These are all stuff that can build the size of your ad, which increases your click-through rate, which increases your quality score and decreases cost per click. And that'll obviously help out the ROI. So the key is doing all this little stuff right. And we have different, so these are direct links to deeper pages on the website, even though the ad will go to the repipe page, repiping in Clearwater. Notice how it says Clearwater. It's got Clearwater streets here, trucks patrolling Belcher and US 19 across Clearwater 24/7. And then these are about repiping, but then all these extensions are meet the team. So that'll go to the Clearwater meet the team page, where you can see Peter's the owner and Antonio and all the, and that's pretty big for people who have, especially people who have contractors come to their house. They like to see a picture and know a little bit about the person before they invite them into their home. So I would see that being something that you could do for the roofers, especially like the project coordinators, I would think, and the salespeople, because those are the people that are going to go out into the home. So then the key with this is that like say Brandon, Seminole, we have, this is the main site. Nope, this is not the main site. This is the main, here, this is the main site. So 30-year Tampa Bay plumbers, trucks patrolling I-275, Dale Mary, and US 19. So basically all the big roads in Tampa Bay. And then it's got the meet the team, coupons. I like this. You have some reviews on your site, but they're mostly like third-party reviews. I like using real places. They have, and then you go to the reviews page. They got a list of our customers. So we got the BBB. They have like over 300, or I'm sorry, but they have 148 reviews on the BBB, because we have systems in place to, so that the guys, they do get a bonus if they have their name mentioned on a BBB ad or review. But I mean, these are just awesome reviews. And some of them are not great, but a company this size is going to have some bad ones, and it's just the way life goes. But if most of them are rave reviews, then it just gives the company so much more credibility. And these are the Google ones, Kevin Jackson, Herman. And then we go to Facebook, we got some of those too, and they just started Angie's List, so we're going to be able to get a lot of good Angie lists on here also. And so that's just another way to increase credibility. But back to the site. So each time, so this one, so if you go to the repiping, it just says repipe experts in Tampa Bay. But remember the one that said Clearwater, that happened because we have separate cloned websites for each campaign in here. So this is the Largo campaign, 30-year Largo plumbers patrolling Ulmerton and Belcher, which are Largo streets. So people see this and like, oh, well, they must be right in Largo. They got trucks on Ulmerton and Belcher. Actually, that's true. They are in Largo, but they have people that live in all the different parts of town. So they do have all that. And then if you go to the repiping page, repipe experts in Largo, and it's just all over. Here's Brandon, 30-year Brandon plumbers on Brandon Boulevard and Parsons. And if you go to the services, repipe experts in Brandon. So if this page, this has what, 1, 2, 3, about 20 pages on this website. So we have 30 times 20. So that's 600 pages for all this, but each campaign has a separate landing website, not just a landing page, but a landing website. So it's pretty like whoever, even if somebody in Palm Harbor searches like Clearwater Plumber or Pinellas Plumber, they will get a ad and a website that says Palm Harbor Plumbers. So, on every page with their streets. So that's why their conversion rate is pretty high. Among other things, we also have, let's see, I also did instead of just having a web or a mobile site that conforms, just takes the desktop site and makes it, steps it down vertically instead of horizontally. I made a specific website for mobile. So the calls to action are, right here, and this has got the 800 number, but you can see it's got all online specials. Meet the team is right here. And then it's on a phone, it's like an accordion. So you go to services and it's got all the services here, repiping. I keep going back to repiping, but, and then this also has, yeah, see, this also has all the different areas of town. Here is Brandon. This is what it'll look like on a phone. That's why I scrunch it down like this. But yeah, Brandon Boulevard and Parsons, online specials, meet the team, services, septic pump. And then this has the this mobile static header. I noticed yours didn't have this, so no matter where people go on the site, the phone number along with fast free estimate is always up top. So as soon as they decide to call, it's just right there. They press the button and then they convert into a lead, hopefully then a customer. So we track all this stuff through. I did see that you had call tracking too. I don't know how intricate it is, but these are all the calls from March 22nd through April 21st. 580 calls, and you can see where they came from. St. Pete Call Extension, that's part of Google Ads, Google Paid, Bing Paid. And then you can see the keywords here: plumbers, St. Petersburg, plumbing, plumber, water heater. But the beauty of that is that we listen to each call.
Good evening, the plumbing company. My name is Wanda. How may I help you today, please?
Hi, Wanda.
Thank you. You needing service?
Yes.
I have somebody that transcribes every call, and then we give my customer a report every month. We do a spreadsheet with all the name, number, calls. We just export it like this. And here's the report, and then they go through each, so they have all the information about not just the phone number that called in, the caller ID number, but every phone number and address they talk about within the phone call. So we really know, like they know the address of their customers and the phone numbers, so they know exactly what revenue came from what calls. And then we marry that back into the Google, because each click has a click ID, and if we know which phone call it came from, which click it came from, then we import it back, so we have exact knowledge of how much you spent. St. Petersburg, this is October, spent $2,000. That was the cost of all the clicks, but the conversion value was $6,992, so 7,000. So that's like what, 3.5 times return on that $2,000, and they basically figure that they're doubling their money. If they spend $2,000 on pay-per-click, then they will make $2,000 in profit. That's just the way things tend to have worked out over the past 5 years. And then these are the reports that I print out there, and I add the call extensions. And this is, say, January of 2017. So we have all the different areas here. Costs were, they spent $15,000 in pay-per-click that month. The revenue was $49,294, and this was just on Google. And then I have the 2017 combined, and we can look at all the different parts of town. They spent $146,000 on ads, and the revenue was for 56,000. So he's basically, so the costs were the cost of the guys and the plumbing supplies was usually double. He said the cost of advertising says 300,000, which means they made $145,000 in profit in 2017. And plus they have all, so many new customers also. And then here's 2018 combined. The this is Bing spend was 31,000, 122,000 and revenue, and the total, they again tripled their spend in revenue, which is pretty good for making money. And then at the same time, I think I had this on my website. So this is 6 months from 2017. Was 2,400 phone calls, 750 new customers, $134,000 in profit. And that, that's just 6 months. And so pretty much double that for the year. And it seems to be going the same way in 2019. It was the same in 2018. 2019 is about the same, even better. March was spectacular. We need to get into the details of that, but the preliminary results are really nice. As far as what I could do for you, obviously it's not plumbing, so we couldn't use the same template, but I think it's way more a case of finding out, your best customers, your best type of customer, what you have to offer compared to your competitors, and just finding a way to focus on that. And a lot of times it's just, it took a while to figure out what we should concentrate on for the drain team, and how to build out the template, the campaign template, and then expand it to all the different areas of town. Maybe areas of town is not quite the greatest thing for you. I would do it, at least maybe a Riverview, Temple Terrace, and all the different areas that you go to. Maybe like this I like what Josh does as far as like the ways to get business is this, go out at the angle and, hey, you pay for insurance. Why don't you use it? Well, I'll go check it out. And, you may have a little bit of a copayment, but it's not going to be big deal. And then you have practically a new roof afterwards, and it'll last longer and all that stuff. And this is okay. It's just pretty generic, but I think you should do a landing page that talks all about that. There's no risk. We'll come out, we'll check it. If we can do it, we'll do whatever we can to see if we can get insurance company to pay for any repairs, of course, but possibly a new roof and whatever needs to happen. So we could do just like roof repair type keywords for roof replacement. Maybe it's a different thing, but a lot of that is just, as I already said, trial and error, and check to see what works with all the different site links and call extensions within the ad campaign, the AdWords system. And then I also do this is mostly for search results, not so there's paid search. This is mostly for organic search and the website. I just got all this. It's like a 25-page checklist of things that are best practices, and this is one of the ones I just did for one of my customers, that just to give us an example or path to go as far as what we need to, like, say for instance, chat. They don't have a chat box. Maybe they don't need a chat box, but chat box definitely help. So it's just a way to say that they don't have it, something that we might need to look at. They don't have a newsletter, probably not. It's a bail bonds company, probably no newsletter. So anyway, that's that. I could do this. This is the website foundational. This is offsite foundational stuff. Tampa listings, errant listings, ongoing activities, stuff that you should do on a continual basis to improve your digital marketing presence. And then here's the action plan. It takes what the analysis said and says this is stuff that we need to do one time. This is stuff that needs to be done on a monthly basis. Some of it's just real basic, but others are specific to that type of business. So every business is different. The idea is to take all the stuff and decide what a company could benefit from the most. And then here's their web page analysis, all different title tags and that kind of stuff, keyword rankings, citations, links, reviews. I can go over all this with you and even do one for you if you want. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions, want to meet, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.